Right, so I don't know how long I've got before that woman comes. It's actually a policewoman about an incident that's happened here. So yeah. A lot of the police people are cool because I told the police when we used to get harassed, when we got harassed by kids, and they've asked me like why do you think they harass you? Which always offends my mum because she thinks it's like them saying, what have you done to upset them, sort of thing. Like, what have you done? Like they're accusing you. But anyway, she asked that question and I said, oh well, it's because they think that I'm weird because I dress like a wolf. And she said that's really cool. She was very accepting. She thought it was really good, really cool. She thought it was really awesome. And even having like the reputation that you are a wolf thinks that awesome, but of course it's not awesome when you get harassed all the time because of it. So yeah, I don't want it to just be a boring video where I'm just standing around talking. I know I preferred the videos where I used to dance around and just prance around in my therian and furry gear. I prefer them to the videos where I'm just talking, where I'm just stood around talking. But I don't know if you guys do. I know I do. I enjoy watching the videos where I'm just like dancing around or oi! Hello! That's the street. If people know you're recording the street, I'll get in trouble. What are you doing? Come on! No! I'm trying to make a video, come on. Right, I'm gonna turn it around myself. There you go. It's just malfunctioning, I think. No, what are you doing? Stop it! Stop being dumb! See, it prefers it when I do the walking around with it too. Right, I've decided if she comes and I'm still dressed like this, I'm just gonna say I was doing a video of me just dressed like this or something, I don't know. And I'm also gonna tell her that I put this on because my eczema's really bad and I didn't want anyone to see my face being really bad right now, especially my eyes. The rest of me is okay, it's my eyes mainly that I'm self-conscious about because they're all flaky and puffy. You can see through the eye holes, they're a bit puffy. That's my normal eyes actually, but they're just like more puffier. My eyes are already puffier naturally because I've got piggy eyes like my mum, so they naturally look puffy, but they're more puffy. I'm hoping I'll be able to hear the gate because the gate's really loud with the creaking, so I'm hoping I'll be able to see that. So yeah. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was saying about how I would absolutely love to be seen like this. I'd love to go out like this. But I'm afraid, I am afraid of being judged. I am. To an extent. Like, sometimes I don't care. It depends. Like, sometimes I don't want to go out and stand out. Because there are certain people I don't want to attract the attention of because they are proper nasty. So when I go out, I like to wear more plain clothes so that anybody who knows me, who's like an enemy type person, like one of the scumbags. I don't think I've actually told you about an incident that's happened recently. I can't remember if I made videos about it or if I'd uploaded them. But my dog got ill and died recently. He was put to sleep because there was nothing the vets could do. He refused to eat. See, he was very old. He was 15, and he just stopped eating. He was getting wobbly. He couldn't stand very well. His back end seemed to be a bit very bad. So we planned on taking him to the vet, but unfortunately he escaped because someone left the gate open. So he ran to the gate, went out, and he went straight to the main road, which is down there. He went there, down there, where you just saw the camera was looking that way a minute ago. He wouldn't stop looking down there. He went down there, and he was seen by a few people, but when I explained everything to them, again, he looked really skinny. When I explained everything to them, they were dead cool about it, and they understood it was not our fault. Because he did kind of tell us, like, knowing that I'm the owner, he was like, oh, he needs feeding. It's like, don't you think I know that? Like, we're trying, you know. I mean, I could prove it to people that, first of all, I got a video of us trying to feed him. I've got ones of me trying to feed him. My mum's got ones of her trying to feed him and his reaction, which is to put his face in the bowl and then just look at us and then walk away. That was what he was doing. Okay? And I haven't got a picture of it yet, but there's like a box that's full of different types of dog food. All his old dog food and all the new dog food that we've tried him with. And like I say, I explained all of this to them and they understood. But then when I went out one day, I was confronted by this woman that's well known to us as one of the hooligans who used to harass us. The mother of one of the hooligans that used to harass us. Hang on. And she started having a go at me, saying, "You need to feed your dog." So I said, "He won't eat. He won't eat." I said, "He refuses to." So she said, "Well, you need to take him to a vet." So I said, "We have taken him to a vet." Well, I have. My mum's disabled, so she can't go out. But I took him myself to the vet. And I said, they told me that he had liver or kidney. It was deteriorating. It wasn't functioning properly. And they said the only treatment that they could do for him was to put him on a drip for the rest of his life. That's it. There was nothing else they could do. So they put him down. And I told her that, you know, quick and simple, you know, just like I told everybody else, and they understood. But she, even after I told her all of that, she said, "Oh, well, what's the name of the vet? I'm going to contact them to prove it." So I said, "Fine, do it." You know, it's a Woodcroft vet. But I bet she didn't. They wouldn't have told her anything anyway, because I rang them up straight after the incident, and they said that they wouldn't disclose any information anyway, so. Not unless we gave permission. So they wouldn't have told her anything anyway, but she's probably bluffing anyway. To try to make me like be scared in case I really was abusing the dog, neglecting him. So anyway, so I told her all of that. She proceeded to say that the dog's disgusting and he needs feeding, and I'm like, the dog's dead. I've just told you that he's been put bit down. And he's just so annoying, nasty piece of work. And then the next time I ran into her, about a week or two later, not that long ago, she had to go at me again. Like, between those two encounters with her, we got reported to the RSPCA and they came to our door, explained the whole thing to them. He was cool with it too, he understood. And he even said there was a note on their records from the last time that we were reported, that when they report us, it's malicious report. Because the last thing was long nails and him looking skinny again. But when they came, they confirmed the dog looked fine. The nails were right, his weight was correct for his breed, that they are just like that, they look skinny. I mean, to be honest with you, I suppose our dog, who's a normal weight at the time, which was at some point last year in the summertime, to everyone else, he would look underweight because all the dogs around here are fat. People overfeed their dogs around here. So a normal weight dog, now it has been confirmed by an expert that a normal weight for a dog is where you can see their ribs. You have to be able to see their ribs a little. Not in extreme, but you see them just slightly poking out. That is the sign that they are the correct weight. So, to everyone around here who believes that the dog has to be fat in order to be the right weight, it's funny because the humans all want to be skinny, and to humans skinny is like, you know, healthy and normal. But when it comes to dogs, people around here think that fat means that they are healthy, and if they have slight jutting ribs, then they are too skinny and underfed. So a normal weight dog where you can see their ribs poking out slightly, and their spine, again, very slightly, that is skinny. That is skinny to people around here. So that's probably why they thought he was skinny back then, because this was back last year in the summertime. All this that's happened has just happened recently between January and now, where I've been harassed and then reported and so on and so forth. So that's how nasty the people, she was in particular. People around here. I don't even know how she saw the dog, because I didn't see her out when I went to go get the dog when he escaped. In fact, one of the people who was holding him for me, to make sure he didn't go out in the road and stuff, she tried to feed him and he refused to eat, so that's proof as well that he refused to eat. I said to her, I said he refuses to eat anything. We've tried him with everything, even vegan, vegetarian and corn and all that stuff. We tried him with everything. Different brands of dog food, all the healthy ones, the grain-free, the organic, vegan dog food, vegetarian dog food, corn products, which the dog did like. The dog used to love the corn products, the ham. We used to feed him. So in the end, we were just feeding him the ham because that's all he would eat. But even then, he stopped eating that, and then he stopped drinking, and we took him to the vets. And my mum was actually afraid to take him to the vets for fear that someone from around here would see that he was skinny, and immediately think that we were neglecting him and report us. And it's funny because that's happened anyway. And it's just so infuriating and bad, and that's just how bad people are. I mean, if I was doing something wrong, would I be saying all this now? Would I be admitting all this now? If it was, if I was neglecting him or whatever, it's like so disgusting. And when she confronted me in the local shop the other week, she said, "Oh, but it's 2 dogs." And oh, yes, we had the same problem with our previous dog that lived his lifespan, and then at the end of his lifespan got ill with health problems, and they thought we were neglecting him as well. And he also, because of his breed, looked skinny, but he was getting fed, and he didn't refuse to eat. He ate well. He ate fine. But he did look, again, he was a normal weight where you could see his ribs, but they thought he was skinny because he was a normal weight. And then I explained everything to those people again at the time, and even the vets, because he was under a vet at the time. They also proved that he was under the vet and getting treatment, and they still continue to harass us about it and send the kids here to harass us. And I didn't even know that was what it was about at the time. I was a kid myself. I had nothing to do with it really, Like, it was my mum that was mainly, looking after dogs. I was a kid, so I wasn't really as involved with the dog. But they came to harass me personally, because they started out harassing my mum, and I would just be there to get the brunt of it too, if I was there too, the garden or whatever. But then when my mum sort of became less involved, I became more involved, so then they harassed me. And then they said, "Oh, I didn't know why they were harassing me," because they even threatened to kill the dog. They did. They threatened to kill the dog as well, by the way. The very people who were accusing us at the time actually did threaten to kill the dog. I'm not sure if I've got that video up here, but I can put the video on here if you want to see that. Right. I explained everything that happened at the time as well to them. They still continued to create shit. There's just 2 people walking past by now. It's ironic, because this is what happened with Wolfie Blackheart as well, isn't it? She's a very famous teen werewolf, who's also a therian. And she also got accused of killing a dog as well. So I'm being accused of neglecting this dog, and my mum was accused of neglecting our last dog. But we and the RSPCA reckoned it was just a malicious report They're just doing it to get us on something, because they don't like us, because we live here in a big property with grounds. There's no others like it around here. They all live in terrace houses, and my mum reckoned that they were just sort of, it was just malicious, because you can't, around this area, you can't have more than anyone else. This is the kind of area that if, you know, people get jealous, like if you have bigger or more or something expensive or something different than they don't have. So everyone has to be the same round here. It's a very judgmental area. If anybody's different, if you have different things, like for me, maybe they'd be jealous of the fact that I dress like this and I'm kind of able to, like I'm brave enough to and confident enough to, but they probably aren't, but they probably want to maybe, and maybe they're jealous of that. I don't know. It's like, why don't you just do it then? I mean, only you stopping you, that you being judgmental about me doing it. If you want to do it, then just do it, you know. And when they used to come sometimes, they used to even say that I was cool. You know, that my therian, my wolf persona thing was cool. They actually said I was cool. But then obviously they've told other people, and other people, the cool people, you know, the people that they sort of look up to and whatnot, you know, the leaders of the gangs or whatever, have probably said, oh no, that's weird, you know. So they're like, oh right, it's weird, okay then. So now it's weird because you said so. So they're just like sheep. That's what it is, you see. They're all just sheep round here. Everybody has to be the same. If you're slightly different, you're weird and you're an outcast, and they'll push you away. So because I'm one of those people who's just a freak to them, when people sort of say, you know, why do you have a problem with that person? They can't say, oh well, because they're weird. Oh, because we're jealous because they live in a big property. They can't say that because that sounds petty. So what they do is they say, oh, it's because they abuse dogs, and oh, it's because, you know, the girl that lives there jumps over the wall and grabs people and blah blah blah. By the way, I'm saying girl. I'm actually trans male, but they don't know that. They think I'm a girl. They just see what they see, and they know me as a girl, I guess. You know, because I guess, you know, because you know, I look like one, I guess. I can't really do much about that. But, you know, I wouldn't, like, talk to them about it, would I? They watch my videos, so I have said in my videos that I'm trans male. But I doubt that they will go along with it, seeing as how they don't like me, so they're not exactly going to do anything to make me happy. They'd probably even be judgmental about that too, if they knew. So when I'm talking like this and I say she this and that girl that, I'm saying it because that's what they would think, that's what they would say to other people, because they think I'm a girl. They sort of know me as a girl. They don't know me as anything else, because obviously I can't talk to them and tell them, because they're not exactly friends, they're foes. So I wouldn't be able to talk to them about it. I suppose if they ever called me female pronouns and stuff, I could just correct them, but like I say, I don't think that they would, like, go along with it. No one else has. I've told other people around here, like people at shops, that have called me that lady, and, you know, said this lady wants this or whatever. I have, you know, told them I'm actually trans male, I identify as male, but for a short time they kind of called me by male pronouns, but now they've stopped and they call me love and whatnot. They don't. And one guy today, I was behind him in a queue and he said, oh, if you got any closer, love, they think you're robbing me. So he got funny with me. I'm like, the reason why I'm close behind you, mate, is because there was someone else behind me. I was kind of sandwiched in. Nothing much I could do about that. Because they weren't queuing that, instead of queuing that way where there'd be more space, they queued this way, where there was a barrier over there, and then the wall here. The wall, you know, the ATM. So... And the person behind me was an enemy, so, and then I learnt that the one in front of me was also an enemy, being nasty and shitty. I get that though, he didn't like me being so close and he wanted to say something, so I kind of understand that, but I would never say something like that. Usually because people would just probably have a go at me if I did. He's just trying to say something to say he was too close. It's like, I can't help it, there's someone behind me. I didn't say anything though, I just stayed silent. I didn't really do it. He's a little kid. He's got a ponytail. I know, I can't record him. Get down. He looks sweet. It looks silly when a boy wears a ponytail, sorry. You know, on the head. Obviously when they wear it at the back, it's kind of okay, because... Right, let's walk around. Sorry, it's a really long one, so I'm going to stop it.